All right, so somebody asked me if they invested $100, how long would it take for them to be generating $1,000 a month in revenue? And that all depends, right, on if you're reinvesting, because the way this Bitcoin Brain program works is you just get paid 0.3% every hour, um, and that's it. So you have to reinvest if you want to compound, because if you took $100, you multiplied that by 7.2%. That's what you're generating daily. That's $7.20 a day. Okay, $7.20 times 30 equals 216 a month. So if you never did anything, you're just going to generate 720 a day. Well, let me digress for a second. Actually, I mean, this is all in Bitcoin, and this video is totally based around what the current value of Bitcoin is when we record today. So obviously, the the pattern's the same, but the amounts might fluctuate. Okay, so let's just clarify that. This video is entirely for informational purposes only. I'm not making any financial claims or guarantees of any sort of income. Simply based on the information shared from Bitcoin Brain, what's possible. So, with that out of the way, if you don't reinvest at 720 a day, but if you do reinvest, it can grow to be more. Okay, so to make $1,000 a month, you need to have at least $500 invested. Okay, and we're using US dollar amounts because it's just easier. Minimum. Do I not know how to spell this? Help me fix this. Is that right? Okay, so since the minimum investment is around $20 at the time of this recording, or 0.01 Bitcoin, in order to reinvest, you have to have earned in rewards that much. Okay, so if you start with $100 in the beginning, it's going to take 3 days to be able to reinvest, right? 720 times 3 is, $21 and change. Okay, once you're able to do that, that's 3 days gone by. Then you'll have invested, 120 or 121. I use round figures in the beginning of this example. 120 times 7.2% is 864. So that's your new compounding amount that you're receiving. So it's still going to take another 3 days for you to generate enough to reinvest. It's going to be around $25. So you can reinvest, and then you add that to the previous amount. So now you have $145 invested. Well, 145 times 7.2% is 1044. So that's your new daily generation. So in another couple days, it's going to take to generate the $20 so you can reinvest. You add that to the previous amount. Now you're going to have 165 invested. All right, 165 times 7.2% is 1188. So it's going to take another couple days so you can reinvest. So that's 2376. Now I went to being a little bit more accurate in my calculations. So you add that to the previous, so it's 188.76 times 7.2%. So now you're up to 1359 a day. So you see how you've compounded? You went from 720 all the way up to 1359. It's going to take you another couple days, and you'll have 2718. You can put that in. You add the two together and multiply by 7.2%, and your new daily passive rate is 1554 a day. Okay, it's going to take you another couple of days. Now you have 3109. You put that in, you add it, and now you're at 247. 247 times 7.2%, 1778 is your new passive daily amount. Well, it's still going to take you another couple of days to have more than $20. So if you wait 2 days, that's 3557. Okay, you add that to the previous amount, you've got 282.57. Your new daily rate is going to be $20.34. Now, assuming the value of Bitcoin of 0.01 Bitcoin is still around $20, you can now reinvest daily, because obviously I'm using US dollars, but when you're investing, it's totally based on on Bitcoin. It takes at least 0.01 Bitcoin. But for this example, you've now broken that crest in your daily revenue. Okay, so a new day, you add this with this, and you have 302.91. 7.2% of that is 2180. Okay, a new day, you reinvest, you're now at 324. 7.2% of that is 2337. A new day, you add to the previous, 348. 7.2% of that is 25. A new day, you add 373. 7.2% of that is 2686. A new day, you add to that, now you're at 400. 7.2% is 2880. A new day, 428.80. A new day, 559. Okay, and then finally you add that, and now your total principal you've got invested is 492.76. Multiply that by 7.2%, and you get $35.47. If you multiply that by 30, you are now going to be generating $1,064 a month passively. Okay, so I said 500, approximately 500, and again, that's totally based on the current value of Bitcoin. That can fluctuate, so you'll have to figure that out if you want to convert dollars, but it's around $500 currently. That amount could be increase if the value of Bitcoin increases, right? It could cost you more in order to generate that, but it's all the same, and you always get your returns back in 14 days from what you invested, and then from that it's pure profit. So again, if we're going to go on how many days did that take us from when we got started. So right here we got started 3 days, 6 days, 8 days, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I would say 24 or 25 days from the time you got started, you could be generating, if you stop reinvesting, you could be generating over $1,000 a month based on the current value of Bitcoin at the time of this recording. However, if you want to be generating more, you can keep reinvesting, and it will compound even faster, because every day you're adding more to your initial principal, and that's going to grow and grow and grow. And so the numbers can start to speed up as your principal amount that you have invested is larger. The more you're making daily, the more you're adding on to your principal, and the faster it goes.